Hey guys, Nicole Vincent here. I wanted to share with you today about SEFI groups with my AO Scan Mobile. Now, I absolutely love my AO Scan Mobile. I use it for lots of different things, but today for this video, I am focusing on creating SEFI groups to help cover your monthly subscription fee. And so this is something that when I got my AO Scan, I loved the scan features. I love my inner voice, I love my easy scan. But what really called to me are the SEFIs, the subtle energy frequency imprinters. And I love creating playlists intuitively or through muscle testing, and have really seen a lot of benefits. And so as I was seeing a lot of benefits, I already have a holistic business. I already have a well-established Facebook group and community and clients and things like that. And I was like, this would be a great service to share with my clients, because I'm seeing a lot of benefits for me and for my family. And I was sharing those in my group, which is very important to share your experiences as you introduce this technology. But as I was sharing this, I'm very strategic minded. And so I'm like, okay, well, how can I help more people? How can I get this to more people? And how can I help cover my monthly cost? How can I do it in an efficient manner? And so this is kind of what I've come up with are these SEFI groups. Now, I'm going to show you logistically how to do them and how I do it with my AO scan and things like that in a minute, but I'm just going to kind of share the concept with you. Now, this for me, I personally, because I already have a separate business, I'm not currently focusing on building a business with AO scan. I literally was just trying to cover that monthly fee. And so that was my goal with my SEFI groups. And that was kind of my monetary goal. My helping goal is I really wanted to help more people because my time is very limited. And I wanted to help more people in a cost-effective manner for them and in a time-effective manner for me. And so this is where this came from. Now I'm going to show you my AO scan running here on my computer. There we go. Okay. So here I'm actually running my weekly groups here. If you don't know about this little loophole, use this loophole. It's awesome. If you take your web browser, I personally use Google Chrome, and you can open up multiple tabs running SEFI lists simultaneously. So you can see I've got multiple runs here. I just created this one for demonstrations of for this group. So let's back up a little bit. Logistically, how are we going to do this? So first off, you're going to create a new space or object. You're going to create a group. Now, go to your main profile. So whoever you are, go to your main profile and go down to spaces and objects. Now you can see here, and this will be blurred for privacy purposes in the recording, but we have various groups. And what you do is you just create a new space or object, and you're going to name your space or object. So we're going to name this SEFI growth group. And we're going to put in everybody's name that is going to be part of this group. Who is part of this focus? You're going to choose your focus. And I'll give you examples of those focuses here in just a second. So you're going to put in your names. Jennifer Jones. So you can put in people's names. Now, the beauty of energy work is your name is your signature. And so that's how the energy gets to everybody. So as long as you have their full name, first and last, if you've got somebody that, like my husband, for example, goes by his middle name. So we usually just put in his middle name for his name. Sometimes people, if they've recently gotten married or divorced, you might want to put multiple last names, maybe a maiden name and their last name, things like that. But put in their full name in the description. Now, for the image, you can either leave it blank. It totally works fine if you leave it blank. I typically will create a kind of an icon, an image that represents that group. So if this was for sleep, I would choose a sleepy icon that would represent sleep. And I would just do it that way, just for me to visually keep track of that group. Once you have your names all typed in, you click save. Now that I have this group, and you can see SEFI growth group down here at the bottom, when I go to my main screen and I go to SEFIs, you've got your SEFI target that you can change. So going down to our SEFI growth group, and then we're going to do a custom playlist. Now, you're going to create these lists based on your focus. So last month in my SEFI groups, we had an abundance group. And so this was the playlist that I muscle tested and intuitively picked to focus on abundance and raising our frequency for more abundance in our life. And so you can do this through just looking through the various lists that are available as SEFIs. You can do it through intuition, through muscle testing, through pendulum use, through whatever means that you like to create this list with your focus. So let's say we want to help you guys grow more, have more SEFI business, then abundance would be a great list to do. So once I have the target, once I have the playlist I want to do, then I'm going to click. I usually do it simultaneous, actually always do it simultaneous. And then I'm going to do continuous broadcast. Now I am going to broadcast this. I will personally muscle test for how long this needs to run. You can intuitively, or you can just decide, hey, I'm willing to run this for 30 minutes, or I'm going to run this for an hour. I will say in my experience, most of my lists energetically are going to want to run for at least 20 minutes to an hour. I do have one group that likes to run for about 3 hours, and that's my weight release group. But you run your group, and then you can have other tabs going. So for example, I've got these are my weekday groups. I run Monday through Friday. I run these every day. And so this is my motivation group. This is my mental function group, digestive support, hormone balance, skin support, and then this one that we just created with our SEFI growth group. So that's logistically how you run them, how you do it in your device. You can actually, on your device, if you're running it from your actual, your SEFI thing, which I never use that. I always use it on my computer or my smartphone because it runs a lot faster. If you do it on your smartphone, you can, or your device, you can actually, instead of using the app button, if you go to your browser, you can create different tabs and you can run multiple lists at once. Now, remember, on SEFIs, you don't need to have the audio turned up. So what I do on my list is you can right click and go to mute site. And that way it's not making terrible noises and you can listen to other things on your computer or your device while you're doing it. So if you do that, it keeps that site muted and you're not hearing the SEFIs, which you don't need to hear anyway, because it doesn't have any benefit. So that's logistically how I run it. And then I actually will notify people through a free group texting app called Group Me. And that I just let them know, hey, I sent the abundance SEFIs, the motivation SEFIs are broadcasting now. And I let them know when that's running. Now, it's very important that you're explaining to your clients and your people that they're not going to receive anything physical, because frequencies, right? It's energy. And so let them know you're not getting anything to listen to. You're not going to be getting an email from me every time this is happening. You're not going to have to be on any calls. There's nothing physical for you to do other than receive. And so that's why I did the Group Me, because that gives them an indication and notification to let them know, hey, I'm sending these frequencies to you now. Something is happening, or I sent them this morning, this is happening. And so that helps them know that they're getting something, right? Even though it's something that's intangible, we know that it's there, we know that it's benefiting them. Now, it's important that when you are in your SEFI groups and when you're sharing about SEFIs, that you are letting them know kind of your experiences. Let them know, oh, I'm seeing weight loss, I'm seeing less pain, I'm seeing better digestion, I'm seeing that I'm happier, I'm sleeping better, whatever your SEFI experience is. It's important for you to share those experiences. and then ask people in your communities to share their experiences as well. And so as they're sharing, as you're sharing, people are going to get excited about this. Now, with the SEFI groups, I'm going to show you my how I have people sign up for these. Now, this is what the, let me see, where is my thing? Hold on, cancel. Let me make sure I'm on the right screen. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay, so on my website, so this is my main website, NicoleRVincent.com. I have a frequency session section, and then I just have them join a SEFI group, okay? Now on this form, and you can do this form, I use Zoho Forms, but you can also do it through Google Forms, which is a great way to intake information. I have an explanation of what SEFIs are, so they know what to expect. I have a link to my YouTube video explaining SEFIs groups and how they work and what they can expect for their, their information. And then these are my different groups that I'm offering, and I change them a little bit each month. There are some that stay, but they're based on how often I'm doing it. So my daily groups is every single day of the month. Every single day, I'm sending these 4 playlists, focus on those different things. Every weekday, I'm sending SEFIs based on those focuses. And then I have once a week ones that I send as well. And so you can set them up however you like. You can also do like a sample SEFI where you share, hey, we're going to do a sleep test group. I got this new toy. We're going to do a sleep test group. And you create a sleep SEFI playlist and let people try it out for a week or whatever and see how they like it. Or whatever focus, something that's a little bit more obvious is a good sample thing. If you're doing a sample of chakra balancing and shielding, honestly, most people, unless they're very energetically in tune, will probably not notice a difference on that. Now, for me, I notice when I haven't run that one yet. I notice when my chakras are off. I notice when my shields are down a little bit, but that's because I'm very energetically sensitive. Now, those people that aren't are not going to notice the difference, but they will probably notice the difference if they're sleeping better, or if their digestion is improved, or if they're feeling more motivated, or they're feeling less pain, things like that. So this is an example of how I have people sign up. I have, they have their payment and their release forms, and I have them check saying, I understand that I'm not going to be getting anything other than this frequency. I'm not going to get an email. I'm not going to get information. Like, I'm not going to have anything physical that I'm receiving, which is very important, because that you don't want people to think that they're going to be receiving something that they're not. And with a lot of people, frequency therapy is a new concept. And so you kind of have to educate them. Now, I will tell you, on the education of people, it's not your job to convert them. It's not your job to convince them that it works. The people that are not drawn to this and aren't really interested, let them fall away. More people are going to come. If you spend all your energy and time trying to convince someone or try to prove to someone that it works, you're going to be wasting a lot of time and energy, and it's not worth it. So with SEFIs, with frequency therapy in general, just have the mindset that the people that need this and that are going to understand and benefit from this are going to be attracted to you. Don't waste your time on people that aren't going to understand what's going on. So with these SEFI groups, what that allows people to do is to have an experience. They're able to have an experience for a month. And I will tell you, the people that in my experience, the people that have opted into more frequency groups have seen better benefits, and they are the ones that are like, I want my own scanner. I want my own device. I want to take care of this myself. And so they're the ones that are signing up. And they're the ones that are wanting to really become empowered and take charge and become the driver in their own life. And so, but I'm going to have people too, they're like, I just want you to take care of this for me, Nicole. And that's totally fine, because there is an administrative, not headache, but there's an administrative process to it where I'm having to schedule out the time, I'm happy to create the groups. I'm happy to make sure I run the groups. I'm happy to make sure I notify people through GroupMe. I'm having to set up the groups and the emails and the, process the payments and things like that. So there is that administrative thing. And that's part of why people pay me to do it, because I'm taking care of that for them. They don't have to think about anything. And there's people that are fine with that. And they're like, here, just take my money. And they don't care to have their own thing. You're going to have people that do want their own device. And if you get them in with SEFIs, then you can say, well, look at all these other things that this AO scan does with Easy Scan and Vitals and Quick Scan and like all the amazing technology that the AO scan offers. But the SEFIs are such a great gateway to help people see the benefits of frequency therapy. So that is how I am using SEFI groups to introduce this frequency therapy to more people. And it's important to kind of create a community. I already had an established community that was ready and focused already on holistic things. They were used to energy work. They're used to frequency and vibrational type concepts. And so as I introduced this new tool, it wasn't a stretch for them. If you don't have that kind of group or that kind of audience, you might need to work on creating that community on your own, whether it's a Facebook group or a WhatsApp group or an in-person community where you're getting together. But with SEFIs, there's such a great tool that can help people. It doesn't matter where they are. If you've got their name, you've got their permission, you send them those frequencies and it's great. So if you have questions, please comment with this video. I'm happy to answer them and share with you what's working for me. And I just hope that you use this idea to help at least cover your monthly cost for your AO scan, if not to grow your business and to help as many people as you can. So have a great day. We'll talk to you later.